from the TLI. I also kind of tried to modify this presentation last week when I found out that it was going to go virtual. And so I put in some screencasts and things like that to try to help you guys so that you will be able to hear it today, kind of mess with it. And then if you don't remember something, you can go back and do that. This is the first time that I am really teaching in this format. And I have, with it being Flipgrid, I have a lot of videos that we're going to listen to. And, you know, you guys are going to get to try a Flipgrid, and we're going to want to see everyone's videos. And playing videos through Google Meet is just a little different. So I'm going to be clicking back and forth between different tabs. And so if the presentation stops for a minute, I'm probably just switching gears on how I am presenting to you all. I have, at one point in the presentation, we are going to be doing a Flipgrid. I went ahead and put the link to that in the text, like the group chat, or you can find that link in the slides if you want to go ahead and make a copy of the slide so that you use to get the Google Meet link. That would be great. So I hope that kind of covers how we're going to run through today. Also, at the end of the Google Slides, I have put a sign-in sheet that you guys can just go to the link and you'll type in your name. And so I'll be giving those to Dr. Brenner. So if you're getting paid like PD funds for today, we'll use that attendance as record for you coming to this session. So those are just kind of the housekeeping and how we'll run today. So I'm going to go ahead and start presenting to you the presentation. And so hopefully now you can all see the presentation. Can you guys give me like a thumbs up maybe if you can? Well, can we see it? Yes. For those of you that have your camera going, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Muchas gracias. All right. So this was the slide that you guys already saw. We're in the Meet, so I'm sure that you're all good. You're there. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gina Linehan. I am a Spanish teacher at Branson Junior High. I don't know how it happened, but this is number 14 year in teaching. I do have my master's in educational technology. Love ed tech, super geeky, nerdy like that. So that's Flipgrid and all that is just up my alley, and I'm super passionate about it. I did put my Twitter handle on there. If you guys want to follow me, I tweet about Flipgrid probably at least weekly. And so it might help you to get some ideas on how I'm using Flipgrid and utilizing Flipgrid in the classroom. So I'm going to play a little video, just kind of the what is Flipgrid. Flipgrid has had a lot of changes. Actually, just last week, the 5th, they came out with all these new updates. So the way that Flipgrid looks, like maybe you were kind of semi-familiar with it. And so it might look a little different now. So I'm going to play this video for you. Hot pepper. right, and let me. Okay, so are we all still with me? I might be checking you guys periodically. Can you give me a thumbs up? Are we still? Okay, thank you. It's so weird teaching this way. I want to make sure that I'm like going to continue teaching on, and maybe not everyone is even seeing what I'm doing. Okay, thank you. Okay, so these are kind of, I know this is a long reason, my why on Flipgrid, and I could go on about Flipgrid for quite a while. So I'm going to do this quickly so we can get into the nitty gritty of actually how to use Flipgrid. So Flipgrid, first of all, it's a free tool. So it's super easy to use. I'm not going to show you any features that'll be like, well, that's with the paid subscription. So this is a free tool, and it gives students a voice. It's great so that you can hear everybody's thoughts. The more timid students are actually able to talk and converse back and forth with one another on Flipgrid. So it gives every single student in your class a voice. Students love Flipgrid because it's very social. The way that it's built feels very social media-like. They're learning, it's community, they're learning with one another. I think it's a great tool for creativity, being able to show their thoughts and how they're thinking, explaining their thinking process. It's also great just for fun. Sometimes, you could build a Flipgrid topic that's just to be a class builder or a community builder. They get to take selfies. There's all kinds of stickers and filters. And so that fun element is built into it. And so it gives students something that they really enjoy. They do have a feature in Flipgrid that you can, so a student records a video and another student can respond with the video. So it's a great way to generate discussion. I mean, it would be great to, in the back of all of our minds, or if we go to that remote learning, Flipgrid is a great way to asynchronously get that discussion going where students can log in at different times and they're able to converse back and forth. Like I told you earlier, it's like social media, but you're in control. You can go as far as moderating the videos. You can choose if you want them to have selfies. You can put password protection on there. So there's a lot of safe nets on there. This is also a place that you can share videos with parents, whether you give parents password to your grid or you just, I have sent funny videos that students have made on Flipgrid to parents, and it's just nice to get to see what your kids are doing in school. You can connect with other classrooms, connect with experts on Flipgrid, and there's just so many different options on how to use this tool. So that's kind of my why. My other why, I told you guys I'm kind of nerdy with the ed tech, but I just like to remind everyone when I do a presentation that it's not necessarily about the tool, but it's how you're using the tool in your classroom and what purpose it's serving. And so, Flipgrid, if all you're doing is, answering just very generic questions, not taking it to higher level, then, Flipgrid you might not be utilizing it to its full potential, or maybe there's another tool that would be better suited. And so maybe kind of later on your own time, I have linked something called a blog from Stake Up Learning on the 4 C's. And so the 4 C's of 21st century learning is communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. And so those are always in the forefront of my mind. And how am I using these digital tools, especially right now, we're talking about Flipgrid. So am I, getting kids to communicate, and am I getting them to that critical thinking or collaboration, creativity? So I would highly recommend looking at that blog post. It's just a great reminder for the skills that we're building in our students and how to use those digital tools to build those skills in our students. And then also I put on here the Bloom's taxonomy, just thinking of using this tool to get to those higher level of thinking. And this tool is so versatile. It can be used, from kindergarten on up, even for, PD for teachers. And you're able to take those Bloom taxonomy verbs and really get to where we're using those higher level thinking skills, where they're being creative and developing new ideas. And so this Flipgrid just really serves the purposes of getting those 4 C's and getting us to those higher level skills. Before I give you guys kind of a rundown of here's how to set up a grid, and I want you to get to try out Flipgrid. And so the topic that we're going to do today is one that I found already created in the Discovery. They call it the Discovery Library, and I'm going to show you how to find something that's already created and get to use it in your class within seconds. So that's what I did here. So you can kind of see what that would look like. So we're going to try this, and I've worked and practiced on being able to get you guys to this Flipgrid and then being able to hear our responses. So I'm hoping now that we're in real time and it's actually going that it will work correctly. But if you have the slideshow, if you want to click on that link to go to Flipgrid, and also I put that link in the chat on our Meet. So if for some reason you don't have the slideshow open, you're just following with me. That link to get to Flipgrid is in the chat feature. And so you can just click on that link. And so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get to answer the question. Don't feel like you have to explain yourself too much. I just want you to see what the students would see. My husband has given an answer, so you can go listen to his video first if you want, and then record on your own. So I'm gonna give you a few minutes here. I'll stop talking so that you guys can do that.
Is the link working for people? I don't see the link, Jana.
You don't see a link where? I'm sorry.
In the comments, or when I click on it, click here for Flipgrid, it's not taking me anywhere.
Okay,
I had to go to the Google slide presentation that I opened up from the grid that Brenner sent out.
And I just resent the link on the chat.
I see it. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, maybe I sent it too early and we weren't all in the chat yet. So I just sent the link again. And yeah, you can get through it to this from the slideshow, or now it will be in chat for sure.
Okay. So here.
Is it in, did you say in the captions? Or where is it?
It should be like in the chat feature. You can find the link, or in the slideshow.
If I were to have any pet in the world, I would love to have a tame lion.
Jana, where is the chat feature? I'm sorry.
If you look at the top of your screen, do you see kind of like there'll be the people button that says we have 23 people, and next to it there's like a little speech bubble. If you click on that, the chat feature will open.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, now I see it.
No problem.
Jana, if we're in the Flipgrid and we go to listen to or record responses, like if you go to record a response, if the mic is off for you to all hear, are we able to still use the mic for Flipgrid?
That's a good question. I guess we'll see. I'm not 100% positive on that one. I don't think it would put it for your other tab, but we'll see. right, guys, so we've got several people who have answered the Flipgrid question. So even if you're not quite done answering that, I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what you would see, what some people have answered on here. So this is what you would see as a student. So we saw what's your dream pet. Again, this was just a topic that I found already created. And so I could use that within seconds. And I am going to show you guys how to do that. This is something new. It used to be a big green plus sign that you would answer. And it is no longer like that. I'll go ahead and refresh and see if anyone else. Oh, yeah, we've got a lot of answers now. And so you just hit that record a response. And so let's see. Let's find out Leanne what her dream animal is. Maybe.
Hey, if I were to have any pet, I would probably not have a pet. I'm not a big animal person. I have a cat and a dog, but my cat, I love the dog. We're learning to like each other. We're becoming friends now.
That's funny. So this is how you would get to view somebody's response. You can add a comment. So right now, it's just where you can add a voice comment in a video. But a new feature they're going to have really soon is being able to add in text comments also. That's coming in this fall, but it has not been released yet. So students could respond to one another here. They can see the other responses, or you can go back to the original response or question right here. So that's kind of what students see. That's the format that if you share a topic with the students, they would see. One thing is they can also, you can share a QR code with students. So for younger grades, that works out well. Or sometimes I've had students use this on their phones. And so I just display that on the board and they're able to put the QR code in with the Flipgrid app. And so that's another way that you could use this is with that QR code. Okay, I'm going to record, go back to my presentation. 1 second. Okay, so and maybe I'm going to ask for some thumbs up. Are you all seeing my Google Slides again? I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anyone. Okay, I got a thumbs up. All right. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and go to flipgrid.com. I have given you the link. I guess I gave you the link in the slides. If you just want to open a new tab right now, I kind of want to walk you guys through creating your accounts, creating that first topic so that this is ready to go, a tool that you can use when school starts. So if you want to click on this link, I have a link here, or if you want to open that up, and what you're going to do is click on the blue educator sign up button that is in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to open up a tab too to make sure it's in the upper right-hand corner. And again, it will say educator sign up. And you just really want to make sure that you use your Google login, your school account for this. One important thing is I'm going to show you guys how to connect Canvas and Flipgrid together, which is a huge advantage. And so we want to make sure that those accounts are going to be matching up. And then I'm going to play you guys a video kind of showing you some of the features. And again, I made this video so that you can go back and watch this at a later date if you're like, wait, where did you go do that? And so I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave any confusion. So we'll go ahead and watch this now. Then we'll go through setting up those topics for ourselves. Hey all, so I'm going to walk you through what's going to happen once you have created an account in Flipgrid and you're ready to create those topics for your students. So this will be what you see. And so you can go right here to add a topic. So a topic is just like a question. You can think of it as an assignment. And so you have a lot of different choices when you create a topic. So you definitely can give it an assignment, or a title is what you're going to want to give it. And then it could be as simple as just putting in a question here. Are you excited for, okay? And that's all that you could put, and then have students answer that for you. But you do have more options than that. So again, it can be super simple. Type in a question and they answer it. You can choose how long you want their videos for. So maybe you just want them to be short and sweet and you don't want someone going on and on. 30 seconds. However, if you're digging into maybe a deeper topic, you want a good 3-minute response, then it would be great to give them more amount of time. So you do have up to 10 minutes and as short as 15 seconds. So you have a lot of options there. You can include closed captioning. You also can moderate videos. So maybe this would be a great, time to teach some digital citizenship here. Moderate, what you want on to go on to the topic. For younger students, I don't do this so much in junior high. I give my students the expectations, so hopefully by then they know what's appropriate or not. But if you do want to see a video before it goes on to the topic, you do have that choice. You also are able to add in a ton of different media. Let's say you don't want to necessarily just type out a question, then you could maybe ask it in a video, or maybe have the students watch a video and then respond to it. So you can create your own video, upload a video, maybe a piece of artwork you want them to look at and talk about. You could upload an image. I mean, there's so many different ways that you guys can use this. A Nearpod, Wiggly, I mean, so many different integrations here. You can decide how you want students to join your topic. For the most part, for students at Branson, it's just great if you go ahead and give the Branson K-12 login, and then they just log in with their Google email. Or you can do a password. So again, kind of your choice. You even have more options than that. You can add in links. So maybe you want them to read an article and then come back and give some feedback or their thoughts. You're able to do that. You can choose how long you want the topic to be active for. You can even decide if you want them to take selfies after the video, which is the little thumbnail that'll pop up like when everyone sees everybody else's responses. They get a little thumbnail and they can have fun selfies with emojis, and makes it very social media-like, and really students, one of the favorite parts. We have to kind of limit how much time we give them for their selfies. You can allow them, and I think this is probably one of the biggest pieces of Flipgrid that makes it such a strong tool, is they can add video comments onto other students' videos. So they can respond to, a student's thoughts, and they can further that discussion, which is really a powerful piece. Coming soon in the fall, they can also type comments, so they can choose a video comment or the spoken comment or the type comment, sorry. And so lots of different things that you're able to do with that. When you are done, you'll hit create topic. You can copy this link right here, and you could share that link into Canvas for the assignments, or I'll even show you how you can integrate Flipgrid into Canvas also, but that link, share that with them, or you can embed the link or the topic as well, and you can put that in Canvas. So that's how you would be able to share that topic that you created. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. So just a little bit more about creating a topic. Again, you just hit that topic button. You definitely have to have a title and a prompt. But again, that's all you have to have. So you can make them very elaborate, but I would just suggest starting simple if you've not ever tried Flipgrid before. You can add a ton of different media. So if you want them watching a video, closed caption is nice as well. So just a lot that you can do with that topic. Now, one new thing, if you guys have like been using Flipgrid maybe just a little bit, is before you had to create a group. Well, it was called a grid. Now it's called a group. Before you had to create a grid and then topics in that grid. And so if you're kind of confused, topics now in Flipgrid can stand alone. You don't necessarily have to have them in that grid for organizational purposes. So you can just create a topic and you share that with your students or parents or whoever you're creating that topic for. You can also create groups now inside of Flipgrid. And before, that was called a grid. So they just have renamed grids to groups. And what you can think, it makes a little more sense in my brain, is just it's a group of topics. So if I wanted to have like a Spanish 1 group, and then I would have any topics that I use for Spanish 1. Or I could have a specific, like maybe it's my unit 2, and I have all my topics under there. So it would really be however you want to organize it. And again, you don't have to have a group, but it's a great way. If you have a group, the students that are in that group are able then to see every single topic in that group. So I'm going to show you guys a little video about that. And again, you have this video. So if you're playing with this in a day or two, trying to create a group, you'll be able to use this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you are groups. And so we learned how to create a topic. And topics now in Canvas can actually stand alone. So you create that topic and you can share that with anyone and they respond. Last year, previously, you had to have a group and then inside the group, and they were called grids, but you'd have a group and then you would create your topics inside of there. So now you don't have to do that. However, if you want to keep them organized, maybe by hour or by subject that you teach, or you want to group them in some way, then you would want to create a group. And so you can see here, I have like my Spanish 1 class for 2021. And so any topic that I want to put in there so I can just see what we've done, I can put it inside that group. This was my group for last year and in my Spanish class, and you can see everything we did, and then I can open that up and I'm able to see those responses. So let me show you really quickly how to make that group. And I'll go back again. So when you want to create a new group, you'll hit create group. Okay, you give that group a name. You're going to get a join code, and that's what you're going to give students to join that group, or you can give them a link so they don't even necessarily have to have that code. You can choose that you want your students to join in by email. So you would give our domain name, the Branson K-12, so that students can just join with their email. You'll hit next, and then you can do a password if you want. Maybe if you want parents to join or something like that, you could do a password. You can select topics that you have already created that you know you want in that group, or you can skip that. And so now I have a group created, and I can add in, maybe I want to add 4 or 5 topics. Maybe it's going to be like a self-paced lesson that they're doing, and I want to put it in that group. So if I want to share a group with a student, I'll just hit this copy, or I can embed, and then they can go and they'll see all of the topics inside of that group. So that's another way of being able to kind of organize your topics, is by creating that group. You can edit this too with the pencil button. You can do anything that you want. Choose your own image. You don't have to have that. Lots of different choices. So that's what you can do with a group and put the topics inside of that. Okay. So what I want to do, I know we're going to get short on time, but I'm going to pause for maybe like 3 to 4 minutes. And I want you guys to get to click around, get to see those options. So if you're could be in Flipgrid and you've made your account with your Google login, go ahead and click on new topic and start seeing those different features. And that way, hopefully it'll get, a little stickier in your brain, and it'll be something that you feel like you will be able to utilize once school starts. So again, about 3 minutes of clicking time, and then I'll move on. All right, guys, I know that probably was not near the amount of time that you need, but hopefully we can cover just a few other things before time is over. And seriously, if you have any questions or need any help with Flipgrid, call me or email me, and I would love to help you because I love Flipgrid and I want everyone to use it all the time. So this section, and I might not play this video for you guys during the session today, but this kind of shows a now what. So let's say that you created your topic and you have a bunch of student responses. And so what can you do with that now? And so you can definitely give feedback to students. You have an option where you can give feedback where like everyone sees your response on a topic, or sorry, on a student's video, or you can give feedback where just that one individual student will see it. So you have that option in Flipgrid. I'm going to show you how to integrate it with Canvas. So it kind of gets, if you use the speed grader in Canvas, I think that might be a better place to do that because you are leaving that comment for them in Canvas where they're definitely going to see it, where they're going to be every day. But you can feature student responses, pin it, put it at the top. If you love somebody's answers, you can download videos or selfies. All of each individual student's video will have a link, so you can send that link to parents. So there's a lot that you can do. You can even create a rubric inside of Flipgrid and then grade their videos. So some things to think about, and I made a video covering that so that you guys are able to do that. Just a few other features that I want to mention is Flipgrid has Microsoft's immersive reader built in. And so sometimes I kind of breeze over that being, a junior high teacher, but for, elementary, especially younger grades, that's really big. So you can see right here in the topic that we did, that what's your dream pet, and next to it is that little blue button. If they click on that blue button, it opens up for them in the immersive reader, and it will read that for them. So, I mean, let's say there was like a paragraph there, they would be able to click on that and hear that. And so that's a really powerful tool that's built into Flipgrid. Also, in any group, you can make a co-pilot. And this screenshot right here, the Spanish 1, 2019-2020, underneath it, you can see where it has that button to add a co-pilot. And adding a co-pilot is adding someone else that can edit the group, bring in topics, and bring in their students. So this is a great way to connect with it could be another classroom in our district. My students have connected with students in Texas that were like learning Spanish, and we like gave tours of our schools and introduced ourselves. And so that co-pilot feature can be really a powerful feature as well. Flipgrid has a wonderful app for phones, and it makes it super easy to, I showed you guys how you can just do the QR code, and they're into the topic. They're able to film right on their phones. You can see students' videos on your phone. So that mobile app is really great, and it's kind of fun to have that one day students are allowed to use their phones in class, of course, with a lot of upfront expectations and the what fors, but it makes a really great activity in class. And then also Flipgrid and Nearpod now work together. And so if you are a Nearpod user, you can put those Flipgrid topics into Nearpod, so that's a cool new feature as well. I have this slide showing you kind of how Flipgrid is for everyone. This first link makes me kind of sad because it's my boys using Flipgrid when, several years ago. We're gonna run out of time, so I'm not going to see that, or show you all that, but they were able to use Flipgrid and work with the video and responding back and forth with one another several years ago. So when they were like 6, 7, and so it just shows that this tool is so user friendly that really it is a K-12 tool, and there are great uses. I've given you some examples from Twitter. I think this first one showed a parent that had, showed a teacher that had parents record videos to their students, and they played it for them on the first day. So they made like a topic. Parents went in, encouraged their kids, and then they were able to go in and look at this. There's also like kindergartners, like showing the use of the force of gravity. And so I would just encourage you to check out these examples on Twitter. I would also encourage you to follow Flipgrid on Twitter, because they are so great at retweeting teachers that are like, hey, I did this on Flipgrid today. And I follow them, and I've gotten so many good ideas of how to implement Flipgrid in my classroom, which would be different than how to do it in a math classroom. So I would highly, highly recommend following them on Twitter. It's one of my best follows on Twitter. The camera on Flipgrid has gotten a ton of new features. And so I have made several videos. There's 2 here because I realized I forgot to put some of the features in. But you can, and you know what, I think I might just quickly show you. You can, and I'm going to pull up the Flipgrid camera. There are so many options that you can do. You can, and this is, again, a very quick rundown. You can upload video that you've already made, and you can add like piece and clips together. You can record your screen. So it would be like a screencast, which is how I made all the videos in this slideshow, was using this record screen feature. The other things you have are the effects, and this is where they've added a ton of new stuff. You have filters, which I'm just going to say I know there's some math people on here. Some math teacher took a picture like this, and then he had them like draw around the little like Lego pieces, and they like did area and had to explain their process or something. I thought that was kind of a neat idea. You can add emojis, and let me get that filter off there. Okay, now I can think. That filter is driving me nuts. Okay, you can, I think you can draw, which we all have touch screen devices as teachers. And so I got like a little stylus, and I show you guys this on the video. Like you can actually draw, and like right now, of course, it's not very good, but if you have the stylus, like you can write clearly. So you can actually use this as a teaching tool. You have a board, which I think this is so cool. You can like, okay, if I choose graph and I choose to split my screen, I can, and then I can go back to drawing. I can have that board pulled up, and I can be drawing and teaching, and the students are able to see your face, which research on creating a great video shows that the students want to see you. So just a little FYI. So that kind of, you can upload a photo, stickers, so many cool things that you can do with this camera. I think I am not. Okay, let me go back to where I actually want to present. Chrome tab. Okay, so again, I've given a much better rundown of those tools. Flipgrid Shorts is how you can create a video with the Flipgrid camera without putting it in a topic. I would highly recommend using Flipgrid Shorts if you're making content video for students, because you get to use that Flipgrid camera, but you don't have to put it in a topic. And so Flipgrid Shorts is one of the, let me show you. Well, that's where I was when I was creating this video. It's one of the tabs at the very top, and you just hit Shorts, you hit record video, and then if you open a video that you created, you can copy it or you can download it. And so it's a great way to make content videos without having to, put it in that topic or that group. I have given you guys a video on how to put Flipgrid in Canvas so that you can use the speed grader. So you guys can watch that on your own and hook up the Canvas app on, or hook up the Flipgrid app on Canvas. You can also have parents on Flipgrid. And I know I'm running out of time, but you would just put a password and share that with your parents. There's a huge library of resources in Flipgrid. So I've made another video for you if you want to go back and see how, okay, I like a topic in that discovery library. How do I actually get to use it with my students? I know, again, I taught you how to use the tool, and it's all about how you're going to use the tool in your classroom, great ideas for different topics, for different subjects. So I've included some ideas with how to use Flipgrid, maybe remote learning with Flipgrid. I've also included some great blogs and websites that so many amazing ideas for how to implement Flipgrid into your classroom. I would definitely suggest checking out these resources. They'll show it for history, for English, for math, PE. There's all different ways to use it. And then, of course, Flipgrid on Twitter. Flipgrid Fever was the old hashtag. Flipgrid for all is like the new hashtag that they're using. So follow that hashtag as well. We're not going to have time to create and share those topics with everybody, but I hope that you found something in here that you'll use, some idea that you liked. This end of the slideshow is where I had that sign in. So if you could sign in on that doc, and then we'll turn that into Dr. Brenner, so we have verification that you guys attended this session. I am teaching another session on Flipgrid this afternoon at 2 o'clock, Flipgrid 201. I've given you guys a link here to that slideshow. Like if you kind of want to preview, like what am I talking about? A few of the slides will look the same, just for some background information, but we'll go into things like flip hunts and grid pals and student portfolios, and it's just some extra ideas of how to use Flipgrid. So thank you guys all so much for being here, and just let me know if you guys have any questions.
Jana, is the sign-in link working for other people?
It's not working for me.
Yeah.
Well,
could you put that link in in the comments?
Hang on one second.
I have to use the slideshow. I don't know to get the link.
Okay, the link's in the group chat as well.
Thank you.
I just got done with Flipgrid, so I'm just signing in right now. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go pick up my kids and then go home and watch the rest of it, I guess.
What are you doing this
I
afternoon?
like how you can mute your voice and your picture.
Oh my God, it's so
You do it like this every year. I don't know what I'm gonna do this afternoon. I always like playgrounds.
well, is there some, because that's what I was hoping to do. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
that looks good.
Oh, thank you. I'm just got it up. Goodness sake, I keep on having a hard time putting my name in here. Yeah. My name keeps getting erased. Okay.
Oh, for everyone trying to sign in.